play when I got here. I prepared several songs, 4 songs that were all in A minor, so that was kind of easy. But since we're singing songs about people who die, since that's our theme, I'm going to sing a song about a guy who didn't die of pancreatic cancer. He died of a brain tumor.
Ooh.
So he's a fellow named R.P. Weston, who was a really big composer in the British theater back in the first third of the last century. According to Wikipedia, he published more than 3,000 songs, contributed to 75 musicals and 17 movies. But because he died right after the talkies began, very few people really know about him because almost all of his performances were live in the musical theater. But he wrote a lot of novelty songs. But there's one song that he wrote that you know really well and almost sure of it because it was written in 1910. 55 years later, it became a hit for Herman's Hermits. It's called "I'm Henry VIII I Am." That was written in 1910 of all things. This is also a song that involves Henry VIII, but it's the actual Henry VIII, well, kind of. But it's about one of his unfortunate wives. And it's called "With Her Head Tucked Underneath Her Arm." Now, I'm not going to do a really bad British accent, sir. In the Tower of London, large as life, the ghost of Anne Boleyn walks, they declare. For Anne Boleyn was once King Henry's wife, until he made the headsman bob her hair. Yes, he did her wrong long years ago, and she comes up at night to tell him so. With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm in the midnight hour. She comes to harm King Henry, she means giving him what for. Gadzooks, she's going to tell him off for having spilled her gore. And just in case the headsman wants to give her an encore, she has her head tucked underneath her arm. Sometimes old King Henry gives a spread for alls and pals and gals and ghostly crew. A headsman carves the joint and cuts the bread, then in comes Anne Boleyn to crash the do. She holds her head up with a wild war whoop, and Henry cries, "Don't drop it in the soup." With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. One night she caught King Henry, he was in the castle bar. Said he, "Are you Jane Seymour, Anne Boleyn, or Catherine Parr? How the heck am I supposed to know just who you are with your head tucked underneath your arm?" Along the drafty corridors for miles and miles she goes. She often catches cold, poor thing. It's cold there when it blows. To have to blow her nose, oh, it's offered for the queen. With her head